Swela Braverman, family kicked out of Kenya. Rishi Sunak, family kicked out of Uganda. Kemi Badenoch, failed coup in Nigeria. Cleverly, failed coup in Sierra Leone. You guys are going to learn all the people of colour on the Tory side are the failed children and grandchildren of British imperialism. Like, you know, I was waiting around for the part 3 of the Labour files, which was into the anti-black racism in the higher echelons of Labour. Well, they pulled that documentary. I saw it once. It's a little bit shorter than the other two. I went to review it, and it said this video is not available. This video is private. So the one on anti-black racism they've pulled, and on the same day as the disgusting keynote speech by Keir Starmer. I thought it was disgusting. I thought the whole thing was disgusting, owning up with the God Save the King and shit like that. What the fuck? What party is this? What party is that? But anyway, hold on a second. Check this doozy for racism, because talk about doubling down. Labour MP RUPA HUQ suspended from party for calling Chancellor Kwarteng superficially black. But he is superficially black. Hello, black person who... Miss Huq is absolutely right. He is superficially black. Of course he is. Yeah, this guy here, the opposite of Boris Johnson, apparently. They were both raconteurs in their time, and it was Kwarteng, and it was Boris Johnson. They were both big characters at the time. Wank! Superficially black. This guy is making speeches to Boris Johnson's ilk, right, about how wonderful Great Britain was, right? Then, mate, you're superficially black, yeah, for even hanging around those racist motherfuckers that contain Boris Johnson. You're superficially black. If you impress them with your regaling of the works of Aristotle and Homer, or some bullshit like that, you know, double clutching wank stuff. Yeah, you know that double clutch wank conservative. Well, if one has to look at the case of Disraeli like, fuck out. You know that shit. Yeah, Kwarteng. He's one of those guys. Yeah, superficially black. Yeah, RUPA HUQ has been administratively suspended from the Labour Party pending an investigation after she was accused of making racist comments about Chancellor Kwarteng. If this is not another case of white people telling black people what racism is and what violent racist rhetoric is, this is racism in itself. This is racism in itself. Let's have a look at the letter. Expressing his concerns, he wrote, during an event organised by the British Future and Black Equity Organisation and attended by Shadow Secretary of State for Women, Annalisa Dodds, RUPA HUQ made a number of racist comments about the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Kwarteng. Oh boy. You know, these are white people telling us how outrageous they are about the racism. He continued, the event chair was forced to respond to appalling comments about the Chancellor by saying his conservative views doesn't make him not black. I think the Labour Party has to be really careful. What did I say? What did I say about people like Kwarteng? Right? They are the grandchildren of failed British imperialism. Swela Braverman, family kicked out of Kenya. Rishi Sunak, family kicked out of Uganda. Kemi Badenoch, failed coup in Nigeria. Cleverly, failed coup in Sierra Leone. You guys are going to learn all the people of colour on the Tory side are the failed children and grandchildren of British imperialism in the foreign country. They're the sellouts. They're the children of the collaborators. That's who you see. So superficially black, 100%, because you know what? Normal black people don't sell out their race like Kwarteng. Normal black people don't give the biggest tax cuts to the richest, wealthiest people on the face of planet Earth. We wouldn't do that because we don't have that moral degeneracy or framework. So we wouldn't do that. Keir Starmer must act over RUPA HUQ's disgusting comments. Jake Berry. Who the Jake Berry MP? Oh yeah, okay, so here's a Tory who's going to tell us black people what racism, what violent racist languages. This is in the wake of the Al Jazeera documentary into racism in the Labour Party, and we know there's institutional racism in the Labour Party. Wake up and smell. Well, it's not coffee. It's not coffee. I'm writing to raise my concerns about comments made by Labour's Member of Parliament RUPA HUQ at Labour. Right, so once again, we've got white people telling us what racism is and what violent racist language is. So this is like the racism's gone, it's gone completely clear. And it's true, like Keir Starmer is facilitating anti-black racism. And when anyone actually points out that some of the use of black people is superficial, we're called racist. We're called racist. And he suspends her, right? So look, man, if you're hearing my voice, go onto YouTube and look up the Labour Files. Go onto the internet and look up the Labour Files, part 1 and part 2. Part 1 was about how Keir Starmer's lot sabotaged Jeremy Corbyn when he was meant to be doing a prime ministerial run. Part 2 shows how Keir Starmer's lot weaponized the accusation of anti-Semitism to ruin people's careers and lives. And part 3 went into the direct anti-black racism, but that seems to have been pulled. The one about anti-black racism is pulled. Does it get any more racist than that? At party conference when everyone's clapping each other and glad, yeah, we're the party of inclusivity. Bullshit. What, with this floating around, with the Labour Files floating around? Part 1 is the purge, part 2 is the crisis, and part 3, I believe, was called the hierarchy. But they just pulled down part 3. So racism is going stupid. It's all of a sudden it's starting this stuff for me to report on, because it's going stupid. It's going clear. You've got people like Jack Berry, Conservative, now writing emails to Keir Starmer about racism. And I bet Keir Starmer responsible. Oh, well, of course he did. He suspended RUPA HUQ. Look, man, the Tories have been infiltrated and taken over. Sorry. What? Yes, look, man, Labour has been infiltrated and taken over from the inside. You know, like Karate Man, bleed on the inside. Labour taken over from the inside. They Karate Man Labour. Yeah, Labour's been Karate Man'd, right? Yeah, you know, Karate Man bleed on the inside. Anyways, just had to make that point because I literally just turned on the news. I just literally opened up a tab and the first thing I see is Keir Starmer must act over RUPA HUQ's disgusting comments, and apparently she's been suspended. It's gone quite like RUPA HUQ. Really? To put over this sellout, Sam Go Jigaloo Moon, this traitorous carbuncle of society. That's what he is, right? If this is not tokenism, I don't know what is. There aren't, but he can't walk through my area. Don't be silly. There are many black areas this guy couldn't walk through. He'd be egged. So, like I told you, now the children of the former colonialist collaborators are going to be wearing the clothes of anti-racism, right? Now, when RUPA HUQ appropriately classifies him as superficial, he is superficially black. There's the superficial part on the outside. You see the outside? You see how you can see it's black? That's the superficial part, because the other part is in there. It's in that round, peanutty Malteser cranium right there. That's the part on the inside, you know, giving the richest people in the UK tax cuts. Yeah. That's the part on the inside that you don't get to see. The outside is black. So she is one black person of color to another person of color, RUPA. You're absolutely right. He is superficially black. Black on the outside, white on the inside. I believe coconuts are like that. I believe bounty bars are like that. Yeah. Bounty bars are like that. I think that is what I'm just saying these things are. That is a fact. These are. We're talking about superficiality. Well, superficiality is the outside. Look, see his dark skin. Yeah. Like, this guy does not represent anything black in any cultural sense of the word. Okay? No, hold on. You were at Cambridge, crossing swords with Boris Johnson, who was the best raconteur. Fuck out of here. You got nothing to do with us. Mind you, see that? And David Lammy, you got to watch out. David Lammy, man, you're making your own bed. You're making your own bed. You are making your own bed. Okay, align with all this bullshit. People have seen part 3. You think people are going to stop? Look, man, I saw that talk. Keep saying Tory. I can't see. There you go. This is the Freudian slip. I keep saying Tory party. I watched that Labour Party conference. I didn't know what I was watching. Opening with "God Save the King." Yeah, all of those rapturous rounds of applause towards the end about how you rooted out anti-Semitism from the Labour Party. You mean the tactic that your guys were using to discredit all the left-wing activists in the party? That's what you rooted out. What did you do? Did you fire yourselves? Oh, right, okay. Maybe you rooted out all the people that you needed to use anti-Semitism for, so therefore you rooted out anti-Semitism, because that's the type of bullshit logic, that's the bullshit sophistry that you'd use, yeah. I understand. I understand, yeah. Now that those guys are gone, there are no more accusations of anti-Semitism. No more anti-Semitism. No? Oh, okay. All right, okay. It's because what? Because Jeremy Corbyn's gone now. Right, well, look, man. It's a good thing we've got things like Al Jazeera and the Labour Files. Do me a favor. Look up the Labour Files. Have a watch of The Purge. Have a watch of The Crisis. And unfortunately, I'd like you to watch The Hierarchy, but the one on black people, you know, yeah, that got taken down. Shit. The fuck is this bullshit? I even came back at 2 o'clock, said it was going to be up 2 o'clock. No, it got taken down. I saw it once. I saw one episode of it. It's fairly damning. Labour's institutionally racist. You've got a lot of people there saying that Labour is no place for ethnic minority people to work. Then you've got all of these Sam Go Jigaloo Moons at conference going, oh, there we go. Okay, give it time, Sam Go. Give it time, right? You all go in there thinking that you're the one and everyone before you was the idiot. Give it 5 years and then you will be the one, and there will be a next lot of sellouts coming looking at you thinking that you're the idiot. The conveyor belt goes round and round and round and round. Yeah, I know. But you think you're going to be ahead. No. You'll be on the conveyor belt and you'll be out on your ears at some point. They'll use you for something. Kwarteng just got used to push one of the biggest tax rises ever had by the wealthy. His dumb person of color ass is not going to see it because on the inside, he is not with us. They have used his color on the outside. So, hey, look, man of color did it. Oh, it wasn't us. It's Kwarteng. Right? And he will be loosely associated with us. They're going to call him a black man. He's not a black man. Oh, no. He's superficially black. He's not a black man. He's superficially black, as RUPA HUQ excellently, accurately pointed out. Yeah? Anyway, that's what's going down. And then we've got like Tories writing letters in support of sellouts like Kwarteng, somehow defending their blackness or their, they're defending their blackness. Where are we in the world? Watch part 3, The Hierarchy, if you can find it. Hopefully some conscientious person recorded it. I don't know why I didn't stream it or record it when I was watching the film. I thought I'd watch it now. Then I'll go back and watch it later so I'll know how to react to it at a certain point. Do you know what I mean? And then I can pull up stuff. Never mind. By the time I tried to give it a second rewatch, they'd already taken it down. Anyways, yeah. I've got this stuff there. I'm looking at it down there as well. Yeah, I'm on my Twitch. I'm just going to use this for YouTube because that's how I'm doing it at the moment. Look, man, they're still suspending left-wing activists, and they're even using racism against black people to do it. They're using racism against black people against an Asian, and there's a load of white people that are deciding this is a like, I tell you what, if any black people came to that conclusion, I would buy it. But if it's a group of white people that are coming to this conclusion, get the fuck out of here. It's another form of Labour racism. All the people that were in on the suspensions of RUPA HUQ are racist. I'll say it again. All the people within Labour that are responsible for RUPA HUQ's suspension are racist. It's a black man saying it. So I've got a master's degree, spent 20 years teaching kids in school, got numerous people into university. I'm not a dumbass. I'm rolling out of bed and I'm seeing racism being used and weaponized against people of color. I see racism being weaponized and used against RUPA HUQ by getting this Sam Go Jigaloo Moon. Yeah, this Boon Moon. Yeah, I'm saying that, right? They put this Boon Moon, they put a Boon tune front and center. Now, anyone that gives an accurate description of this Boon tune, this Sam Go Jigaloo Moon, this embarrassment, this sellout, this traitor, this carbuncle, anyone that gives an accurate description on why he's there and how he's being used is now being accused of being racist. This is Keir Starmer's Labour.
I am the king and will not be. I am the king and will not.